The South African National Defence Force and the police have started a massive joint operation against gang violence on the Cape Flats. They were deployed in the early hours of this morning. Police Minister Bheki Cele announced during his budget vote speech last night that President Cyril Ramaphosa had approved the SANDF deployment to support the police. The SANDF will assist with providing cordons, searches, foot and vehicle patrols, as well as air support. He said the request for assistance from the army was made after last weekend when 13 people were killed in 48 hours in Philippi East. Cele has urged police to bring down the high crime rate in the Western Cape, where gang shootings have seen a spike in murders in the last few days. Our eye on the ground covering this particular story on the Cape Flats. We cross over to Vanessa Puna. She is at the Philippi police station. Vanessa, since the early hours of this morning, we can see that the SANDF have been deployed. Talk to us about what's happening and some logistics there.
Yes, good morning, Shu. And you're at the Philippi East Police Station on the Cape Flats. There is a hive of activity as well as quite a number of police vehicles. And we understand that after the announcement by the police minister last night that there were about 85 members of the public order policing that have been brought in from Pretoria to join over 115 police officers right here from Cape Town. And of course, they have been doing foot patrols as well as vehicle patrols. Raiding essentially from as early as 3 o'clock this morning in this area of Philippi, just down the road. You'll know that this area over the past couple of weekends has seen 11 people killed in two separate incidents, another 2 people killed in areas such as Hanover Park. And of course, gang violence has so far for this year to date, according to figures released by provincial authorities, reached something like 900. So yes, indeed, the minister has met with this community last week, promising swift action. And this morning, when the traffic has passed, you'll see that there are a number of police officers, are not just here at the police station, but also taking a drive through the areas. They are very visible. We understand that police are reluctant to say exactly which areas will be targeted at any specific point, but we understand that similar operations are happening in Hanover Park. We also know, I can tell you, that there will be a joining by the South African National Defence Force a little later on, because we understand that police will move in first, do the raids, and as we understand, they will then be joined by the South African National Defence Force 12 hours later. I can tell you at this moment that an expected briefing is due to take place at 7 o'clock this morning, and of course we'll keep our ears and eyes alert for anything further going that will be happening, not just here in Philippi, because we do know that there are quite a number of crime hotspots that have been identified, and these include Delft, they include Mitchell's Plain, Hanover Park, as well as Nyanga. So these are the areas which the communities themselves have been crying out for the longest time. Just yesterday, the Community Policing Forum boards mentioned to us that they had appealed to the minister also to bring in the South African National Defence Force as a stabilising unit to help, because we've seen over the past couple of years and months and in recent weeks an escalation of innocent people being killed in gun violence. And of course the police themselves not exempt from this. A short while ago in Lavender Hill, a policeman was killed while on patrol. A couple of weeks ago, 6 members of the anti-gang unit themselves came under attack, a brazen attack on an elite, if one can call it that, police unit in Samora Machel, which is not far from where I stand at this Philippi East police station. So operations will be ongoing not just for today, but for the next couple of months in a bid to clamp down on rampant crime which has been spreading across the Western Cape.
Una, out on the Cape Flats there, reporting from the Philippi police station. Lots more questions we'll ask you, but I know we're crossing to Vanessa again during the course of the program to see how things are going. Also, of course, the community's reaction. In fact, that's going to be our question of the day for you this morning, the reaction from the public to the deployment of the SANDF, but we'll get to that in a short while.